My first international wedding was in Barbados.
Wow.
That was my first international wedding. My second international wedding was in Cancun, was in Mexico. Mm-hmm. My third international wedding was in Jamaica.
Wow. How do you determine what you're going to charge?
So, even with my travel, I have a contract, and I'm not going to go over my prices.
Because it's specific to whatever the event is, the people you're talking to.
So with weddings are booked by contract only. In that contract, I have stipulations if you want me to travel. So when I travel, they pay for my flight, they pay for my travel, they pay for food, like everything. They pay for everything, and they pay for my services.
Understood.
So it's workcation.
Yeah.
I've been through a lot. And only one thing ever really sticks to me. No matter what I go through, it always affects me. When I hustle up or don't have a dime, I'ma go mine. Good times and the bad times, they heavy on my mind. Tapered up or I'm starched down. Either way is mine. I feel fine, but everything around affect my vivid mind.
Welcome to a Vivid Mind podcast, the official podcast for Young and Cultured Luxury Lifestyle brand. Y'all remember I started this podcast in order to empower the lives of my listeners and viewers spiritually, mentally, and physically, if you pay attention. So, by doing so, I've been going on this journey of talking to all the entrepreneurs I know who have experienced success of some kind. And this one may seem small, but I promise you it's a big one. I've known this woman here, oh Lord, for a long time. We actually went to the same high school, which is where I met her and her sisters, and have been enamored by the successful things they have decided to do and accomplished. I would consider her beauty royalty of the city of Mobile, because she has done things that I ain't know you could do, not living here. So I'd like to introduce my viewers, listeners, watchers, subscribers to Miss Elesia B.
Hello. Thank you for the intro.
Look, before we jump off into it, because I know you got some good stories, I'm going to start with this game that I'm now starting to become infamous for. Dumb questions for smart people. You ready for this?
Sure. Sure.
I got a good one for you.
Oh, God.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
I don't know. Talking to people.
Talking to people? What? Nah, that's different. That's very different.
What's my biggest pet peeve? Dang, my kids are probably not putting something back where you got it from. That's probably my biggest pet peeve.
So not cleaning up after yourself?
Yeah, probably so. And the only reason why I say talking to people, because sometimes people like to talk to me, and I mean, no pun intended, because this is really an interview, but
yeah.
Some people don't know how to shut up. That's all.
Oh,
but okay. I like to talk. I like to talk, but
you don't like small talk.
Oh no, I don't think nobody likes small talk. It's just I don't like over talk. Like, it's been enough. Let's carry this conversation on to tomorrow.
Okay, I understand.
No.
I understand. I've been known to do that a couple times.
For real?
Yeah.
My sister do it too, and I'm sorry if she gonna watch this, but my sister knows she talk a lot. I mean, it's fine. My mama talk a lot too, so it's fine.
They say it's a common thing with like egg-headed people, like people who are very like intelligent. Whenever they find somebody who's willing to listen, they will over converse. Yeah,
but the way my personality is set up, I just start shutting down. I'm good for. Now, don't get me wrong. If the conversation's just good, I'm good for hours.
Okay.
But if you're going off on a tangent about stuff that's pointless or just like nothing, I got a solid 10 minutes.
Okay.
That's it.
That's good, actually. 10 minutes is real good.
I think so. I've worked on it.
Yeah, my wife only give me 2.
She only give you 2?
Maybe. Because she would interrupt me and be like, "Say, what this got to do with anything?"
See, I've learned to give it 10 minutes before I hit him with that line.
Yeah.
But will I hit you with that line? Oh, yeah, I will.
Now, what I will tell you is it has made me a better communicator.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I can be more straightforward, and I kind of dibble and dabble in what I think she don't want to know, and sometimes it kind of throw her off because I be like, you don't want to know that, and now she do.
Oh yeah, because you said it.
Yeah.
That's why. That's because you said it. Like if I was when I was a kid, if I would call my daddy and I'd be like, if I call him Lane, he answer, and then I say nothing or I say never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't know nothing and never mind. What did you want?
Yeah.
What you want? You said something. You did when you wanted something. So, yeah, because you said it. Nah, you ain't gonna want to know that. Of course, she's gonna want to know that.
And then when I tell her what it
doing
is,
that.
not really.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're doing that so she can ask you.
I promise you, I ain't doing it strategically. Because one thing we made a promise to ourselves about is we realized we both could be master manipulators.
Yeah,
so
okay.
we promised to never manipulate each other.
Oh, that's not just how is that working out for y'all?
It works out pretty good because we don't cut no corners. We just keep it straightforward.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Because,
gotcha.
Well, we may manipulate each other, to get to later on tonight, but that's part of the game.
That's why I was asking, like, how's that working out for you?
Yeah.
Because I mean,
that part is you
okay.
got to play that game.
Gotcha.
All right, so
dang,
2 more questions.
I'm sorry to all the talkative people that just talk about nothing all day.
They gonna get used to you. If they don't know, they gonna learn by the end of this thing.
Sorry, I still love y'all.
What's the last thing you watched on TV, and why did you choose to watch that?
Oh my God! So I watched The Chosen, which is the story about Jesus.
Yes, I've been watching that.
So okay, I haven't watched TV in 3 years.
Stop playing with me.
No, I'm serious. I was very intentional about my walk and truly transforming my life. Mm-hmm. And TV, excessive amount of social media, it gets in the way.
Yes, it does.
So in order for it to get it out the way, you kind of got to just shut it down. Mm-hmm. Now, I still will run social media every now and then just because of, I mean, and I ain't going to say marketing because my work kind of market itself, and I don't actually market because I don't take on new beauty clients. Mm-hmm. But I'm still on there now because I'm promoting my life coaching. And so I'm on there, but I'm not like consumed like.
Yeah, you're using it properly.
Yeah, so, but I had to like kind of cut it out, especially television because I just see on the backside of it, I see so many reasons why the world is the way it is and just like people. But anyway, that's not the answer to the question. So I've been watching The Chosen. Mm-hmm. And the only reason why I started watching it is because, my church has small groups. And all of my friends are married. Like every single one of my friends are married. I was married. I'm divorced. But I have my three beautiful daughters from that. But so all of my friends are married. I have 0 single friends. So on the small group directory, it was a small group for singles to have, like Christian fellowship with other single people, not like a kind of like, link up and date type of deal.
But if the church did that, that's not wrong.
No, that's not wrong. Yeah. But so it's really, really dope. The man who's over the small group, he's highly intelligent. He's probably about, I ain't even finna try to guess his age because just so happy he watched this interview and
you done called him old.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna say late 40s, early 50s. I'm gonna say that to be safe.
That's still young. To
be safe, but anyway, so the small group, it was like it was movie night. So they said that we will either find a Christian movie or we'll watch The Chosen. And he had watching The Chosen and other people have watching it. I have never watched it because I don't watch TV. So I was like, cool. I told my best friend, I was like, I'm gonna sign up for the small group. It's a little single small group. Maybe I'll have some more single friends to go do single stuff with because all my friends are married and they got to get permission from their husband. Yeah. To whatever, not permission, but you know what I'm saying.
They have to come to agreement.
Yeah. I mean, they got to go. They got to go consult with their husband about something I want to do. So I want other friends that ain't got nobody to consult with.
Of course.
Because I ain't got nobody to consult with right now. So I want to find like those kind of friends. So, but like-minded because I don't like. I've actually had a guy told me I don't carry myself like a single woman of today. And I'm just like, okay, well, I guess it's a compliment, so thank you.
That would be, and that's very true. You don't.
But I do want like-minded Christian single friends. So join the small group. Started watching The Chosen, and I absolutely love it. That's why. So
Yeah.
I watched.
Do you know
y'all need to
anything
check it out.
about that? About The Chosen?
As far as what, like the director and all the behind the scenes stuff?
Yeah, like how it came
I've been
to be.
watching. I've been, yeah.
Okay.
Like it started as like a church play, church video, something like.
Yeah. So it was something the church was doing, this small church. This church doesn't have like all these people with a lot of money. So what they did was they took to social media in order to raise funds to shoot this.
Okay.
And they raised enough money to not only fully shoot it, but to actually start a studio.
Oh man.
So The Chosen is the first thing.
I've seen like Angel Studios. Is
Yeah,
that what
that's
started?
why.
Yes.
So it's all angel funded.
Yes.
That's why they call it that.
I was watching one of the behind the scenes, and he was saying that before COVID, I don't know if it was a fee. I'm not sure what it was, but anyway, when he made it accessible for everybody and like completely free,
Yes.
they had like quadrupled the money that they was making.
And that's the reason why it's still free to this day.
Yeah, I enjoy it. My daughters are 8, 10, and 8, 11, and 12. My 10-year-old just turned 11. My 12-year-old finna turn 13.
Okay.
My 8-year-old finna turn 9. All my kids 2 years apart. I guess, I don't know. All girls. But anyway, they've been watching it, and yesterday I cut it on because I just finished watching like season 1. I think they're gonna drop season 3. I
Yes,
believe.
they are.
And so they've been like into it, like they like, oh mama, that's the story when Jesus, and like they know it because they know the Bible way, like they're way advanced than I was at that age. Like,
And that's because they're in it. You got them in it.
Well, yeah, I ain't have a choice, kind of. I had to go to Jesus to be able to lead my children right after that divorce. So,
Well, we'll get to that. All right, so I got one last question, and this could go one of two ways. Since you haven't watched TV in 3 years, that means I wouldn't be able to ask you the infamous question of the channel, which is a superhero-based question. Yeah, that wouldn't fit you. However,
it won't fit me.
I have a backup question.
What's the backup?
Are you ready?
Sure.
Who would win in a battle, a versus battle, okay, between Prince and Michael Jackson?
Prince, sorry.
Prince? Why are you so sure?
I'm a Prince fan. I'm sorry. I love
So
Michael
you like
Jackson.
a short man with a booty at? That what you just told me. Who speaks like this but can say, oh.
You know what? My daddy is a musician, and we were always brought up on all different type of artists and different type of genres. And I guess because Prince was one of his favorite artists, we
heard Prince more often.
more than we heard Michael Jackson.
That's understandable though.
So I'm definitely going to side with Prince.
Yeah,
Sorry.
because you grew up on Prince.
Yeah, and Elton John, which is one of my favorite artists.
Elton can sing and write. A lot of people like to sleep on Elton.
Yes.
Elton go hard.
But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to choose Prince.
Well,
I know that's not popular opinion.
that's fine. I'm still Team MJ.
That's cool. I like Michael Jackson. Did I say Michael Jordan at one point? I feel like I said Michael Jordan.
If you did, they will excuse you. It's three Michaels in that Hall of Fame right there.
Ooh, Jordan,
Jackson,
Yes.
Tyson.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Yeah. Them the three you can't beat. I don't care what you trying to do.
Gotcha. Sorry, I had to drink some water.
It's fine. It's fine. You do all that. All right, so since you have survived the game,
Awesome.
we're going to go back to
Feel like a winner.
the Ephesus, the creation of Elesia. Who are your parents? What's their names? What did they do? How did they raise you?
Oh, child.
How many of y'all it is? It's
For
a
when
lot
we
of y'all.
ain't even got the time. I told you what the time is. We ain't even got the time to go into all that. My parents are Stephanie and Byron Boykin.
Okay.
Child, It's a whole lot of us. Let's say that. My mom gave birth to 6 children. My dad had 2 before they got married. My mom had 4 in her previous marriage before she got with my dad. So when they got together, they together had 6 kids. From they joined together, a family of 6 kids. Then they had me, and then she got her tubes tied, and then God graciously blessed me with my baby sister because He knew I needed her. But then they had me and my baby sister.
Okay.
So yeah, we're baby number 6, 7, and 8.
That's dope.
Me, well, I said baby. I'm child number 7 of 8. I always do include my sister and everything because we literally do everything together though. But yeah.
That's pretty cool. So how did growing up in that environment actually shape you?
Child.
Because at times you could be extremely reserved, and then at other times you could be extremely expressive.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I know it.
And it ain't really no in between.
When I'm asleep. That's the in between me going to sleep. Lord. So just say it was rough. Okay.
Okay.
It was rough. Let me say that.
Okay. Of the 8 of you, what would they say about you? Like, how would they describe you?
Child, do you want to call one up?
Because I'm sure they've said it to you once or twice.
Oh, Lord. My baby sister would say, I have a big heart and I'm nice. She would say, I'm firm. I stand on my word. The other ones would say probably the complete opposite.
Oh, really?
Kind of. Not all of them.
Not all of them. That's probably because you're the little sister.
Me and my siblings are really, really close. Growing up, I was called mean and hateful. Wonder if that surprised anybody. But
I don't know.
I wasn't. I was titled mean, like the mean sister or mean, but I don't think I was mean. I just think I meant what I said all the time, and people don't know how to take people that mean what they say.
So you're serious?
Probably too serious, I guess. Yeah, I was always way too serious.
Because I realized that I have a serious child. My oldest,
really?
He's very serious. Even though he's playful, he's very playful.
I'm very playful, but only certain people can get that side of me. Also, like a lot of people don't even know how playful I am, and that how much fun I love to have fun. But a lot of people don't know that because I kind of keep that girl. You know, she's only for certain people.
Understood.
You know,
but that's how you're supposed to be, right?
I guess I feel like it. I mean, yeah.
Everybody should know every side.
I think they probably the old Elesia. They was definitely, label me as the house we grew up in. Sorry, the house we grew up in. I guess they would probably call me mean.
What age? What age bracket is that? All the way up to when?
Well, probably I would say maybe 10, 11, 12, stopping at that area. Because that's when all of the older siblings were kind of gone. Okay. And it was just me and my big sister, too, and then my baby sister. But me and my big sister, we good. But baby, we used to fight every morning before school started.
Like just arguing?
Fights.
Fist fight?
Throw them bowls.
Wow. Well, if you don't live
me and
in
my
the
baby sister ain't never fight though. We never had a fight.
Really?
No, I choked her one time. She forgave me. I'm sorry, Evan.
Oh man.
I think I had just blanked out, and I just no. I don't even know what happened.
Yeah. Well, things like that happen when you grow up in a house with siblings.
Whoa, worse than happened. We ain't even gonna get into that. I don't even want to expose my family like that. My mama don't even know the half.
My mama just not learning half of the stuff we used to do.
She just not learning half of the stuff. We not even half. She just not learning a portion of the stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, no.
So
I'm gonna protect everybody. I got y'all protected.
Since we push for time, I ain't gonna go as deep off as I want to go. What I will ask you is, by the time, because you're a member of the old blunt.
Yeah. Well, only for a year.
Still.
Yeah.
You know around here them stripes. Old blunt.
I guess.
And first class of the new blunt. Everybody else after that, they look at them like, yeah. I don't know why they treat them so different. Yeah, that's how they treat them.
For real.
But by the time you got to high school, had you figured out who you were at that point?
I would say yes and no. I would say no because I don't know it all. Didn't know it all then. But I would say yes because I knew I wanted to mother children since I was 5 years old. That's what I dreamed about, being a mother.
Okay.
Weird, I know. Judge me. We can talk. But
it makes sense when they see you with them girls.
But so I always wanted to be a mom. Thank God for my gifts. And I knew I wanted to work for myself. I actually knew I wanted to do hair. But knowing I wanted to do hair, I also knew that I did not want to do it for the rest of my life, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes total sense. So at 15 years old, you already was affirmed that you were going to be a mother and you were going to do hair. It was going to make you some money.
Well,
enough
at
money
15 years old, I was already making money doing hair. I was making money by the age of 13.
By the age of 13. Okay, so what was your first style that you started on?
Braids. I mean, I feel like that's kind of what every hairstylist kind of started at.
Yeah.
I started with braids. So I had braid clients. That's really it. Braids, and I think like the little twist dreads were in style.
Yeah.
And so I did a lot of those. So it was just braids and those twist and bobs.
Man.
Because I don't think they ever went out of style. So.
I had wanted twist dreads so bad because I saw Love Them Cost Thing and Nick Cannon had them. And then after that, who else had their hair like that? Murphy Lee, before he actually had the dreads, he kind of had twist dreads.
Oh, I want to know.
You weren't paying attention to the music like that?
Boosie.
Oh, yeah. Well, you is from over there. The more y'all watch, the more y'all find that Boosie City. He might as well be from here.
For real.
For real.
Who else I like? Bumby and Boosie probably. Just all.
Come on, it's the underground king. You got to like the underground king. All right, so you doing braids, and how you want to be a mother, you want to do hair, you want to be an entrepreneur.
Well, at that age, so I wasn't really thinking about being a mother at that age because I was already helping my cousin take care of her son.
Understood.
Yeah, so I kind of had my baby, really. And he was my cousin's son, but I loved him like he was mine. Okay. And I love my cousin so much for just allowing me to be in his life the way that I was able to be in his life.
Yeah.
So
y'all
I
still close?
Me and my cousin?
Yeah.
And all of us? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
He lives in Arizona now and she lives in Washington now, so we're far apart now. But yeah, this still, two of my favorite people.
Yeah. So
oh crap.
That's fine. It's just water hit the flow. What I do know about you is you were a cheerleader.
Yeah, I was.
How did you, being this person, decide to become a cheerleader?
Well, I tried out for cheer, I think my 6th grade year, going into 7th grade. I didn't make it. And I tried out again. My 7th grade year, going into 8th grade year, I made it. Mm-hmm. And I had one of the best cheerleading coaches in the South. And she, even though we were at Scarborough, which is kind of like a hood school, our cheerleading coach was white. And not to say anything, but she made sure we were like,
good.
Like good. Like we were good. Like we were competing.
Wow.
We were good. And that kind of built a love for cheer in me. It kind of didn't match my personality. It's like, this hard girl cheering, but I mean, it is what it is. I feel like that kind of softened me up a little.
Okay.
And that just kind of transferred into high school. I tried out high school team. I tried out my 8th grade year going into 9th, and I made the squad with my best. She was my best friend at the time from my 6th grade. We were best friends since 6th grade. We cheered together 8th grade. She cheered a year before me because she made the squad, but I believe so. I believe she tried it before and made it. Well, I know she made it if she tried out because she's really good too. But we cheered together 8th grade, tried out together 8th grade, going into 9th grade, going into the old blunt. We both made the squad, and we were captain and co-captain.
And who is this friend?
Her name is Tiny. I don't know if she want me to give out her real name, but she went by Tiny.
You know what's so crazy? I always see y'all together. I ain't know y'all was best friend.
For real?
I promise I did.
What you thought?
They hanging together. I mean, because Blunt, it was weird, right? Blunt was the only high school I ever seen where all of the cool people were the smart people at the same time, and they were all in charge.
People don't believe me when I say that. But that's kind of how it was.
Yeah, it's like our star athletes were all had straight A's. Yeah, like it was strange.
And we weren't like mean like how high schoolers were portrayed to be. Like we didn't make the smaller, like the younger grades feel like beneath us. We didn't do that.
True.
But we were great leaders, and like you said, we were the cool kids, but we were smart.
Yeah.
And we led well.
Yeah.
I feel like we led well. I actually love my class, the class I came from. I love our class. And I still am, my best friends come from that class.
Man, listen. Class of 2007 and 8 were very nice compared to 2006.
Yeah. Oh, yes. They were completely different.
It was like night and day.
Completely different.
Because y'all would acknowledge us as freshmen. 2006, act like we wasn't there. And they wasn't doing nothing, but we ain't going to get on that. But the upperclassmen, really was, cool. And it made you relax.
Yeah.
Which could help.
Not be so tense and so scared to enter high school.
Yes. Which is why a lot of, we ended up being friends with a lot of people in a lot of different grades. And don't, to this day, you friends with people older and younger than you.
True.
And it's a real friendship because you didn't let that part get in the way. True. Because it's people your age you wouldn't talk to.
Very true. Very true. And all of my new friends that I meet now are 50 and older.
That's dope. Because they have they can have a lot of wisdom.
They do.
Yeah. I've met some 50-year-olds I wouldn't talk to again in my life.
True. 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 I guess the area, where I place myself in, my personality don't really have, it's low tolerance if you ain't.
Yeah, that's understood.
Yeah.
That's understood. I'm pretty sure at this point they understand that you're a serious person and you mean what you say. However,
I be trying to relax sometimes, y'all.
However, you do like fun. You like to laugh.
Love to laugh.
Man, you're just a cool person for real. That's what I've grown to realize. Even though I knew her back in high school, we didn't know each other for real. I was really closer to Evelyn because we're in the same grade. We took a lot of the same classes. We actually
rode the bus together.
Yes, we did. Yeah. We rode the bus together. Me and Evelyn got in a lot of arguments. Evelyn was the person who told me, you think you smart because you know all this stuff. You ain't no smarter than nobody else.
Well, if you were applying what you knew, then I'm sorry, you probably was smarter. But if you wasn't applying, if you was just gathering information, you ain't smarter than the next person.
What ended up happening was she later on told me I was just annoying her. And I had to realize that was a thing.
Why, in class? Well, yeah, in class?
Just period.
Oh, okay.
Just period. Because but a lot of people don't know I dealt with a lot of insecurities at that time. So my intelligence was the only thing I had confidence in. So, of course, I would kind of flaunt that around. I ain't got no muscles or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody telling me I'm cute. By the time I graduate, they saying it, though. Yeah. And I'm like, what was you at?
They probably was thinking
yeah, it's weird. People are weird.
All the way weird.
People are so weird, man.
People are weird.
But
I mean, I'm weird. So, I mean, I'm not weird in that way, but.
Yeah. Everybody's unique. You're unique. You're not weird. All right, so what we're gonna do, y'all, is we're gonna take a quick break because I gotta pay bills. What I need you to do is I need you to go to www.youngandculture.app. I repeat, www.youngandculture.app. And get you one today, man. Because if you ain't got it, you left out. And one thing you don't want to be is left out. Just trust me. Everybody's about to have this. All right, so now that we pretty much got your backstory established, now let's get into how did you decide to get started as an entrepreneur?
How did I decide?
Yeah, like what was the first steps you took? And because at this point, you just living. She don't work for nobody. She work for herself. I ain't even know that.
Well, I started. I worked in a salon. I mean, which I'm still working for myself, but I worked in a salon with a team of people in Pritchard. Mm-hmm. That's my first shop I worked at, was a braid salon.
Okay. Did you have your license at the time?
No. So braiders at the time didn't have to be licensed. Mm-hmm. So, but once it came to be, we got grandfathered in because we were braiding. Understood. And all we had to have was a business license and proof that we were, working in a salon. Mm-hmm. So we got grandfathered in getting a license. I actually went to beauty school twice. Did not complete one of them.
Which one you went to?
I went to, it was called Caps College. Yep, and then they changed the name to Fortis.
Yep.
And then I went to Bishop State. Mm-hmm. And I didn't finish there either. That was to get my cosmetology license. Mm-hmm. So I'm licensed as a natural hairstylist and braider, whatever.
Understood. That's cool. All right. So once you did that, what happened? Like, how long did you stay at the shop?
Well, I stayed at that shop. I don't even know. Maybe 2 years. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I'm not sure about the years.
Do you remember how old you were?
I was 19 when I first went to the salon.
That's a good age. You could be out here running these streets. You can hit the streets with your thoughts.
I mean, 19 or 20. I don't know. I may have been 19. No. God. I don't know. 19, I do not know how old I was.
For real.
But it was through somebody that connected me to the salon owner, and from there I went in. They taught me their way of braiding. Okay. So because it was walk-in based clientele, and they wanted everybody to walk out, looking kind of similar to each other. And I was a really good braider, but I loved the way that they taught me, like their way of prepping hair and trimming, just making the braids look like nice. Yes. So I appreciate really every salon. I worked in another salon, but my cousin owns a salon. Her husband, I worked there for a couple of years too, and I've had 2 salons in the middle of all of this. I don't know. All this salon stuff is a blur. I'm not in the salon no more. I'm in the trap.
So you make it happen. That's basically what you telling them. So you've owned 2 salons?
Yes.
Okay. What did you learn in that experience of owning your own salon?
That I always wanted to work alone. And I don't even know how to put the extremity on me liking to be alone.
You're better a solo player.
I like teamwork, but I like being alone too, if that makes any sense.
You're fine with teamwork. You're just more efficient on your own.
I'm actually efficient in the team too. As far as working in the salon, no, it was definitely efficient on my own. What I learned working in the salon, in my own salon and working one-on-one, is everything that I saw in the salon that I didn't like showing up late, or having clients getting in the chair hours after their appointment time. I corrected all of that stuff when it came time.
Because there
time management.
So you saying, was it really on you or was it on the client?
It was on me. No. It was on me wanting my schedule to run a certain way. Me communicating that to my clients. Hey, don't be late. Best case scenario, be early. Like, that's it. Be late.
What would happen to the client if they were late?
If they let me know ahead of time and I had time to like that spare time, because the way I ran my schedule like clockwork. So if I had something and I knew how long it took me to do everything I knew how to do, and I did a lot of different stuff, but I knew exactly how much time it took me how to do everything. So I had my schedule ran like clockwork. So if they were going to push me into pushing my other client back, I would have to cancel the appointment or reschedule it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you would rather go ahead and cancel the block and reschedule it than
I would just
of another
reschedule.
client.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, because I still want to. I mean, it's not the other person's fault, and I still want to honor their time. Or if they kind of like sometimes it'll be to where they needed it done or whatever the case may be, and I would tell them, okay, I'll start, but this is not on me. So when my client walk in,
you gotta
I'm getting started on my client. Yes, and in between the times where I can get you out the chair, then I can working you. It's like working you in at this point. It's either I'm gonna cancel your appointment or you're gonna get worked in.
So normally it would take you 4 to 6 hours to do a head of braids.
Oh no! By this time, I wasn't braiding. I had been stopped braiding by this time.
Oh,
no,
so you was doing.
So when I went to the braid shop, they introduced me to dreadlocks. So I've been doing dreadlocks. Me and my sister, all of us at the salon, we've been doing dreadlocks now for over 10 years. I've been doing dreadlocks for about 13 years now. Okay. So I used to be one of the hot names in the city. Well, I guess in the hood, I guess, but once I learned how to make my money quicker, braids got pushed to the back burner.
Okay.
So
you just stopped doing braids altogether because they take too long.
I slowed down. It wasn't that I stopped. Like I would have maybe like a day on my books or 2 days on my books where you can book braids. Or if my schedule worked out, like I would start braids at 6 o'clock in the morning. That way by noon to 1 o'clock I'm done, and from 1 to whatever time I'm done working, I can just hit dread clients, because dread clients
they don't take that long.
No, it took me at max an hour 15 minutes at max, minimum like 30 minutes. So it depends on how many locks are on the client's head, but once I realized I can make my money faster, I was like, oh well, let's get to the fast money. So that's kind of what it is. So by that time I had my salon, I wasn't even doing braids like that. I was doing the scalp braids. That's when feed-ins got popular. I was braiding before them got popular. So I was doing them before them got popular. And I was actually big in the city on those too. Like I was one of the main braiders in the city who did those. Then I stopped doing that, and that's when I was dipping and dabbing in makeup, and then makeup just kind of took off.
Why did you decide to do the makeup thing? Was it for personal reasons, or was it because you saw a bag over there?
Well, no, it wasn't for personal reasons. And what's funny, man, that's why I say mindset. I mean, it's all about mindset, because in my mind, before I started doing makeup, this was back in the shop, very first shop I worked in. I started doing makeup then because the owner would let me do her makeup.
Okay.
Like, if she would go somewhere, I would do her makeup. So she was kind of like, Mommy was like, she was my practice space. So I started doing that, and I'm like, man, ain't nobody finna be paying all this money to get their makeup done, have to wash off at the end of the night. That was my thought process. So I'm like, all right, ain't nobody finna be doing this for real. I ain't finna take it serious. So I, doing hair real heavy. Then I was like, man, I started seeing other makeup artists who wasn't doing, like I was doing makeup before them, but they like came out known as the makeup artist. I'm like, oh, bro, these folks really out here paying for something you wash off the same night. You
know how long it took me to figure out what MUA stand for?
Makeup art. Oh man, I done heard Mua.
Everybody's a Mua.
I done heard it.
What it do, family? This your boy Sid, a.k.a. King Dope, the king of all things dope. Hey, I just kind of let you know I just dropped another gem for you. Hey, what I need you to do is pick up your device, go to the nearest streaming app you have, wherever you listen to music. I'm letting you know I dropped an album to go along with the podcast. Yes, and to make it easy, I named it the same thing, A Vivid Mind. So, on wherever you like to find your music, look up A Vivid Mind, and it's by the artist known as King Dope, that it will be me. You can look up King Dope, KINGDOPE, or you can look up A Vivid Mind, and you will find my album. Check it out. Man, I got some tunes on there for every type of situation. And every type of situation I got some tunes for involve getting to the bag. So, you know, make sure you hit the comments on this video if you have checked it out and let the people know what you think.
I done heard that so many times. It's so funny. I just laugh at people. I mean, because if it's like if it's something you ain't know, like I'm gonna laugh like, no, that means you I ain't gonna be like, I ain't gonna make you feel stupid.
Yeah.
But no, it's funny though. But I once they like started coming out and doing makeup, and I was like, dang man, I've been doing makeup. I've been doubting myself all these because my mindset was just so limited. I was like, I didn't even know I can, like I didn't think people would be doing this for real. And I started seeing like it picking up. I was like, man, let me pour these, because I was still doing certain people makeup, but I wasn't like marketing it. Yeah. So I was like, man, let me do this for real. So I started practicing doing makeup and started, getting people face. I started doing faces for like $25 just to get people in the door. And this was like years ago, but just to get people in the door. I mean, and now I charge about $125 for makeup, which is, I mean, sometimes I'm still kind of floored that people.
I'm finna say that's low on the low end, right?
That people get it. It's like midway.
Cause I've heard people pay $250, $300
for makeup.
Yeah. And I was trying to figure out.
That must be for like a shoot or something.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, on wedding day.
Or
special moments. Oh, yeah. Weddings. Listen, the market for weddings is crazy. I'm talking about everything you charge for weddings. So, like, for instance.
For one, weddings, I love doing weddings. And for two, that could be low end. No, yes. What you mean? I make so much money doing weddings. For one, I've been flown out the country 3 times.
Stop playing with me.
3 times.
Well, hell,
that's why I tell people all the time. Like, once I open my mindset to like, oh, people pay for this. Yeah. And I just started like, when people come to me, I stewarded over those relationships well. Like all of my people, I stewarded over my relationships well. Now, don't get me wrong. If I know you're not for me, I will fire a client. I've done it many times. But I don't have that many people that are like, for one, I've never, so let me tell you the thing about me. Okay. I don't take bookings over a website. When I did take bookings, and I still to this day, it's only by, I don't really take new clients, but if you come highly recommended, I'll take you. If it's from one of my good clients, which all my clients are good. So, but if it comes from one of my clients, then I'll take you.
So you have to be introduced. It has to be a soft handle.
It really has to be a referral. Wow. That's really like how that's kind of how it is now. And not saying I don't. It's because I'm trying to come out of it. So now I just take people by referral because right now I don't have time to be on the phone trying to decipher. But like I was saying, so I didn't take bookings online when that became popular. I needed to talk to people because my gift. One of my spiritual gifts is discernment. And so through a phone conversation, I can discern whether or not you're for me. And I never took a text booking. You would have to call me on the phone.
Wow. But that personal touch is really impressive though, because it's not that many people trying to even get that close to the client.
Oh, no. I mean, some people are text only and some people are booked through the site. I'll meet you when I see you. And I'm not saying nothing is wrong with that, but I'm just saying for me in my space and the energy that I want to upkeep, I have to talk to you because I can let you know right away whether or not I can be your makeup artist or whatever. I'll let you know that on the phone.
Man, that's so dope.
But I don't even know what I was gonna say.
So you was just talking about how you book people for the makeup artist. You was being flown at.
Oh yeah, so
you charge $125.
Well, that's just for like if you were booking like, hey, I'm going to a party, like it's $125 for that. Okay. Now weddings is completely different. Yeah, completely different. Yeah, but yeah, I've been my first international wedding was in Barbados. Wow. That was my first international wedding. My second international wedding was in Cancun, was in Mexico. My third international wedding was in Jamaica.
Wow. How do you determine what you're going to charge?
So with my travel, I have a contract and I'm not going to go over my prices.
Because it's specific to whatever the event is, the people you're talking to.
So with weddings are booked by contract only. in that contract, I have stipulations if you want me to travel. So when I travel, they pay for my flight, they pay for my travel, they pay for food, like everything. And they pay for everything, and they pay for my services.
Understood.
So it's workcation.
Yeah, which is really dope.
It's really, I'm blessed. I'm grateful, and I've been blessed.
Yeah.
And all of those weddings, those international weddings, I have learned a lot and I saw a lot. So I'm grateful. I'm very grateful.
So how did you get the wherewithal to know how to conduct yourself business-wise? Meaning to even know to have a wedding contract or to have a contract for clients, period, and to even know how to put a rider inside your contract. Like, where you get that from?
Well, I follow it's a guy makeup artist, and a lot of people, my makeup style is not like the trending style. My makeup style is more of a timeless look. And so I learned from a makeup artist. He's a white man, an older white man, and that's the sole makeup artist who taught me so much. And I credit him.
So everything you learned in regards to how to conduct your business come from you just liking how he does makeup.
How he does makeup, how he maneuver around the face. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And then just study. Like I study. I knew I needed a contract. I don't know how that came about, but I Googled like wedding contracts. So I wanted to see what a wedding contract looked like. And so from there, I kind of formed my own wedding contract. Definitely put in all the stuff that I know I didn't want to be responsible for as far as travel goes. Like I have a wedding coming up in August in Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
I'm excited about that one too because it's at a beautiful venue, beautiful bride.
And I'm sure the thing that makes you most excited is you already have a relationship with these people. So
yeah,
you're watching somebody you care about in a big moment of their life.
Yeah.
You're a part of it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So like that's
even the one in Barbados, I didn't know the bride.
Oh, okay.
I was booked through her best friend.
Oh, okay.
So, but I mean, her best friend is also my cousin, one of my older cousins. She didn't really live in Mobile, but we all kind of close. So yeah, but it was booked through her best friend, which is my cousin.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
That's
I don't know.
Cool.
I knew in this stuff, I don't be liking the sound like how people, always manifest, blah, blah, blah. But I always wanted to say I wanted to travel on other people's dimes.
Well,
and work and make money while I'm traveling.
You have not because you have not. You have not because you ask not.
Yeah.
And you say, write the vision, make it plain. You get what I'm saying? People call that manifestation, but what it really is you cannot materialize anything if it's not a thought first.
Exactly.
And that's just how God works.
I write a lot.
How long have you been writing?
Oh, I don't know. I can't even go back to that. I don't know.
So you've been writing since a little kid, since preteen,
since before, preteen.
Okay,
I would say.
And in what you write, you have dreams, visions, goals.
Yeah, I write a lot. That's all I'm gonna say.
Are any of these things that you've experienced in that book?
Let me tell you how crazy I am. Oh yes, I've experienced a lot of it. But I ain't gonna say this how crazy I am, but this is my thought process.
Okay.
So I feel like every 10 years I can change careers. I just feel like if I do this for 10 years, I'm considered a vet in the game. If I switch over, start something else, I do that for 10 years, I'm considered a vet in that game.
Okay.
Y'all wanna know what I wanna do when I turn 60?
What's that?
Go to school to become a surgeon.
Why do you want to wait till 60?
Because I don't want to operate on nobody. I just want to do it. I just want to go to school, go through residency, I've always said that.
Really?
I've always called myself a brain surgeon. Like that's what I wanted to do surgery on the brain. But I don't even know if I really want to go to school because it's kind of like I've been saying it for so long. But now, like with my new company, Renewed Transformational Life Coaching, it's my logo is like a brain, and it's like I'm doing surgery on the brain.
But that's what I was just about to say.
I'm doing surgery on the brain through conversation. So I'm like, maybe
you've already done that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I'm like, maybe I have become a brain surgeon without the knife. Yeah. But who knows? Your girl still might go to medical college. Hey, who knows at the age of 60?
If you want to waste them 10 years of your life, go ahead.
Oh, I think I believe it would be a great learning experience. You got to think about all of the young people I will meet who are fresh out of undergrad that are going to med school and. Oh my God!
And I'm sure they'll need Mama.
I mean, still, I got to go to undergrad. You got to think about that. I ain't been to school. I ain't been out to college. I got a long process. So,
because I mean, it's not a question of whether or not you can. It's not a question of whether or not you'll be great at it. It's just a question of whether or not you want to spend the time to do it.
I think I would by the age of 60. Who knows?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. By 60, I'm done working. Period. Because I had the same goals. Let me tell you how crazy I am.
By the age of 60. You done working?
Working, I'm talking about at all. I'm putting all my work in. So like most people retire by 60 and still need 2 and 3 other jobs to get their Social Security check and all that. This is what I'm telling you.
Well, by the age of 60, I'm not depending on work. Right at that point, I'm just gaining more life experiences. I'm not working for a dime or going to school to make money. I'm not
trying
doing that.
to be the funnest 60-year-old Christian married man you ever seen. Like. I'm trying to make these young folks jealous how good my life is because I put in all the work prior to now, and like I just turned 31 this year, and I'm really just now getting the business off the ground. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So the way I see it, I got 29 years to accomplish 30 years worth of work, and the things that I want to do is just like you, where you were saying, all right, every 10 years you want to change it. Right.
Well, I want to change it in a certain aspect. Not like now, me becoming a surgeon, that'll be like jumping off and doing something that ain't a bit more related to what I've been doing. Yeah. But as far as like me, like now, like you said, you trying to get your business off the ground. Like I'm getting my life coaching business off the ground. But I've been doing this.
Yeah.
I like literally once I knew that it was a profession, I was like, where have I been? I did not know this because I've been life coaching. And that was another reason why my clients were scheduled to be one-on-ones. Me and my clients formed real relationship. I was able to really get to know my clients, and they didn't have to be quiet and whisper because the salon was full. Yeah. It was just me and them.
But you know why that came to be so, right? It's because when you're either in their hair, on their face, doing their eyelashes, all of those are very intimate situations. You get what I'm saying? So it automatically unlocks something inside someone. You can't be like, which is why you was using discernment in order to book your people.
Exactly.
Because you literally will trade spiritual energy with the individual that you are opening up in that moment,
And I knew that from the beginning, so that's kind of why it was always designed I have to talk.
I'm realizing now that these microphones are doing the same thing for me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm realizing like the people that agree to come on here need to be on here because their life experience is a testimony for people to survive through. Meanwhile, the ones who either don't see the vision now or will see it later, the platform will be established enough at that point. We have enough grounding, and God has proved itself enough for no matter what they say or do, it will not tarnish what I have going. You get what I'm saying? So my audience is actually, and I can say this without them saying it to you, is grateful for you coming on here. Simply because
grateful for your audience.
You are a testament to making it, to deciding and going with it, and doing something people don't know can be done. Like you're in Mobile and you live literally off of yourself. Like, do you even remember the last year? Whatever the year was.
When I worked?
Yes.
Oh, I think it may have been 2009, right after I had my first daughter.
Did you hear what she just said? 2009?
You were 6.
I that was the year me and Evelyn graduated.
Yeah, so I did what. Anyway, I had a job and that's my first baby. And let me tell y'all, I knew one thing. I knew I could not be away from my kids like that. But I had my mom, and I'm so grateful for my mom because she would bring me my daughter on my lunch break for me to breastfeed my child. But that just ain't last that long because I needed my child. I wanted to be with my child. And, Yeah, so yeah, I needed to be in control of my hours.
Yeah.
And I needed to be in control of my schedule, and I needed to know. I needed not to put money before my kids. And I always tell them, like, we gonna get it. We got to be patient. We got to do our part. Because like now with me and this coaching thing started with me coaching my daughters. I coached when I went through the divorce with their dad, I had to turn into coach with my daughters.
So the divorce was hard for them? The
divorce was hard for the oldest child, not necessarily so for the younger two. The oldest one, she had her daddy the longest. Like she was, he was in the house. When he was in the house. That's neither here nor there. That's my dog. I mean, at this point, I got kids with you, so ain't no point in me beefing with you.
Yeah, y'all together for until even then, rest of your life, you connected. You just ain't got to be.
We ain't connected. I'm connected to them children.
That's your connection. That's the bridge.
Oh, they lit. I'm just playing. I just play my children. We pray for their daddy, every night. Okay, but no, my oldest daughter, she took it kind of hard because she was in the house the longest with him. So she had kind of started acting out at school, like just really like to the point where they had to bring out the holy oil on the girl. But for real, well, we moved past that. But I had to figure out a different way of parenting. I didn't imagine myself as a single mom. So I was like, okay, how to do this? And that's when I yielded my life over to Christ because I needed guidance.
And what year was this?
This was 2018.
Okay. Okay.
I believe 2018.
So you still kind of a babe in the Lord.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and that's why I went off to ministry school.
Yeah.
Now, I'm now in another Bible cohort teaching me how to read, teach, and interpret the Bible correctly. So, yeah, I'm still a babe, but.
But your transformation was fast, though. Most babes still out here in these streets.
I was very intentional. And I know I'm raising 3 girls, and I knew one thing: my children can't see me in the streets. Like they can't see that being my lifestyle because if you see the way my kids look at me. So if you got kids that look at you like that, and like they're like you're their first idol, like you're their first. They look up to
the parent. Is the closest thing to God for children.
Exactly, and you kind of. In a way, give them a sense of, some of God's character traits if it's done correctly. And that's a lot.
Right.
But I mean, I ain't even get off on that tangent. But
that's right.
My kids, they really like. I guess people have to witness. Like me and my kids are very, very close, and my kids really look up to me, and I know how serious that is, and so I was very intentional on me being just that serious about being a parent.
Yeah.
Me being just as serious about my children. Like the divorce of your parents is a part of your story, but I don't want that to be the part of your story that broke you, or the part of your story that it's gonna be the part of their story. My goal is for it to be the part of their story that pushes them to find that one and to let for them to know off rip, like this is a covenant. Like
you want them to know the true love of actually getting with somebody.
True.
And that's through.
And I want them to know not just the love. I want them to know the work that it takes on both parts. But in that, like I just knew my kids couldn't see me in the streets. They couldn't see me dating multiple men. I've dated
but 2
men.
How are you gonna find somebody if you don't go on a date?
Well, I don't mean like that because they want me to go on a date. I told my middle daughter, I'm like, baby, you borderline trying to sex traffic me, because you need to hurry up and find a husband so you can get pregnant. What?
Whoa.
All she want is a baby.
That's it.
That's all my middle daughter wants. She just want me to have a baby. Look, we went to Huntsville. I had to teach a makeup class in Huntsville 2 weeks ago. we pull up to the hotel, and me and my girls, we talk a lot. So they fell asleep most of the ride, but we were talking at the end of the ride. This had nothing to do with the conversation we was having. She said, Mama, this sigh, like she just give up all hope. She was like, if you don't never get married, can you at least adopt a baby?
Whoa. Just out the blue.
I was like, that ain't even got nothing to do with what we were talking about. Like, why is this on your mind? And why are you so heartbroken about me not dating? Because I've been intentionally single for the past year. And it was very intentional with me being single and me not, I went on one date. I had fun, but me and the guy was very honest, and both of us was just honest enough to know that it wasn't gonna work. So you know, he was honest about who he was. I was honest about who I was. Who we are don't work together.
It don't fit.
Don't fit.
Okay.
But he good person. But that's the only date I went on. That was more so recently. But I've been like intentionally single, and my daughter don't like it. She want me to go on dates. So it's not like I'm not opposed to dating, but as far as like I mean having multiple men around my kids.
But you have daughters, you're supposed to protect them.
Yeah, I mean that could just go with children in general, man, because they still gonna form. Even if it's a boy, he's gonna form his view about
women based on his mama.
Yeah, exactly.
That is a fact.
Exactly.
Because I can't listen. My mom, she's on her third marriage, and that's because. Okay. All right, we're gonna take a brief break because apparently my people telling me I gotta take a break. What I need you to do is I need you to go to www.youngandculture.app. I repeat, www.youngandculture.app. And get you one today, man, because if you ain't got it, you left out. And one thing you don't want to be is left out. Because trust me, everybody's about to have this. So, like I was saying, my mom, a lot of people want to know, like, why are you so sure about God? You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's because I grew up in a house with a praying mama. Like every night going to bed, half of the time I couldn't sleep because she praying so loud. You know, she got tongues very early in my life. So, you know, that's what I grew up hearing and her singing and worshiping God. And it's 1 o'clock in the morning because she got off at 11, you know, and I'm just like, like until I became an adult, my mom never even really expressed her anger enough to where I heard her curse. You know what I'm saying? So now that I'm grown and we're more friends, you know, now I'm one of the people she called a vent to. You get what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But it's from an understanding place. So, but what that did was, even whenever I was out here being whoever I wanted to be, I always had that root. Like, all right, I know what it's like to be an actual follower of Christ. Like, I know what that really looked like, and I know when I ain't doing it, and then I know when y'all ain't doing it. You get what I'm saying? See, it be the people who ain't really doing it who be trying to judge you, be trying to put that extra on you, because the people who really doing it say, baby, it's gonna take some time.
And it be, yeah, exactly.
That's what they say. It's gonna take you some time to get it together.
And it also is the people who know and don't do. Like you said, they know the word of God, but they don't practice it. But if you're not lining up to the word of God, they're gonna call it out.
Yeah.
So I've witnessed that a lot, which actually kind of pushed me away from the church for a couple of years. But I'm happy that I got to know and read the Bible and learn it for myself.
And when you read it and learn it for yourself, you understand, like, first of all, God wouldn't even like that. He didn't even like you. Like, if it was as serious as you making it, we all would be dead today.
Jesus wasn't nothing like that.
Jesus was a finesse. Listen. Jesus, but I mean in a good way. My man had so much game. I mean, he really was like, you think he talking to her, but he talking to you. You get what I'm saying? And it's like you ain't even pick up on that was for you. Like, and when he was talking to people, people like to grab his messages and apply it to stuff he wasn't even talking about.
True. They take it all out of context.
They
You're
really
right.
do. And a lot of the times he was talking specifically to who he was talking to.
Yeah.
So you can't take a specific thing for that person and try and apply it to the world. Like, that ain't how his words work. But what he will tell you is, if you can find a promise in the word, you can have it. Because he never undid anything he said.
Nope.
He doubled down on it. But that's if you know God for real.
If you get to know him for yourself.
You got to. So
Happy I did.
at this point, you the Christian Madam CJ Walker of Mobile.
No, you lying.
You done went from...
The Christian Madam CJ Walker.
I was surprised you ain't got no perm kit.
Don't.
But I've seen you take who you are and turn it into a beauty brand. And now you're turning that into a lifestyle brand.
Yes.
And since 2009, you have been living
Oh, crap. Sorry.
off of your intelligence.
I've been living by the grace of God.
But we all doing that whether we got it or don't got it.
True. But I don't know.
Would you say it's been challenging navigating that?
Life is challenging. I'm the person though who kind of always been up for a challenge. So, yeah, I'm kind of always up for a challenge.
Okay. So you always look at the next thing as, oh, I'm going to do that? Or is it kind of like with the makeup situation, you kind of fall into the next thing? Is that kind of how it happens?
It happens all kinds of ways. Sometimes it's like, oh, I'm going to do that. And then sometimes it's just what I'm doing open the door for the next thing. So I don't know. At this point in my life, I'm just being intentional with everything I do because I don't know the next door that's going to open. And I don't know what's my next season of life. So
are you, with the life coaching thing, what are you going to call it?
It's titled Renew Transformational Life Coaching.
Okay, Renew Transformation Life Coaching.
Yeah.
How have you...
Based off of Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Yes.
That's right.
So that you'll be able to test God's will.
Yeah.
It's pleasing, perfect will.
Hey, that's dope. You know, a lot of people don't realize the more you read the scripture and seek to find the real relevance of what you're reading, it will transform the way you think.
It definitely will. And it definitely transformed the way that I think. I can't even, that'll be a, look, we'll have to do a part 2 and 3 and 4. I'll come back. Because I tell you, look, about my life, it's just to be continued.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So tell people where they can find you.
You can find me. You can find me on Instagram. I'm at Elesia B, Elesia.B, or at Coach Me Elesia. That's my coaching page. You can also find me on YouTube. That's my beauty channel.
Yep.
Which I haven't been posting on much, but I'm getting ready to post on my regular YouTube, which is Elesia Boykin. And my website, which may have dropped by the time this comes out. Yeah. It is renewyouLifeCoaching.com.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to do something a little different with you.
Nerves.
I feel like you're ready for this. All right. What I want you to do is I want you to look in either one of those two cameras. It's up to you which one you want to look at.
I forgot about this camera the whole time.
Yeah, because that one can actually see your face. I want you to reach out to who needs you. Tell them what your heart tells you to say to them. Because they don't know they need to go to your website. But they need you. What would you say to them?
I would say you are in control of your destiny. Do not let the past define you. If you are unsure of how to gain control, reach out to me. That's probably it.
Okay, then. There is a lot of people out here out of control of what's going on. Don't even know how to grab the wheel. You know, which is why they say the phrase, Jesus take the wheel.
And it's disheartening.
Yeah.
I see a lot of disheartening stuff. And I try not to judge people. Well, I really don't, but it's disheartening. And one thing I want parents to do is be more intentional about parenting.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of the opposite of that going on.
I know, and it's disheartening because I get to encounter your broken child who don't have direction in life because they weren't given direction in life. And I just wish parents knew how serious of a role that they have, and to be very intentional about parenting their children.
That's real.
That's it. That's all.
Thank you for that. For real. Thank you. That was needed. That was very much so needed. Well, you guys, y'all know what's up. We have had a wonderful conversation. This is a very deep person who we need much, much more time to speak with. So she definitely gonna have to come back. And I probably put her in the room with somebody who needs to talk to her, so y'all can see her live in effect. Because I'm telling you,
that'd be cool.
I'm telling you, I know for a fact she can change lives. But hey, y'all know who it is. This is your boy Sid, aka King Dope, the king of all things dope. This has been a Vivid Mind podcast, the official podcast of the Young and Culture Luxury Lifestyle brand. And I'd like to bid to you a live humble and prosper.
I've been through a lot. And only one thing ever really sticks to me. No matter what I go through, it always affects me. When I hustle up or don't have a dime, I'ma go mine. Good times and the bad times, they heavy on my mind. Tapered up or I'm starched down. Either way is mine. I feel fine, but everything around affect my vivid mind.